All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's coverage of NASCAR '07 on the channel. We are back at it with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. It'll be our 9th race of 25 on the season. And we are at the 1.5-mile Texas Motor Speedway. 250-mile race here, 400 kilometers, I believe, is the distance. 167 laps for the Fort Worth 400. Another 100% race. Be sure to hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe for more NASCAR content as well, as we are getting into this one. Should be interesting. We're starting at the back of the pack. Coming off of a 4th place finish at Dover in the last race. Had a win. The race before that at Meadow Creek on a short track. Race before that, we finished 2nd. Chris Parker won. So we've had 3 different winners in the last 3 races. On the season right now, 1st and 2nd in points, Ted Musgrave, Bo Phillips, each have 3 wins apiece. Obviously, we're driving as Ted Musgrave on the season, and Bo Phillips, the 191 truck, a fantasy driver. Most of his wins have come on these intermediate racetracks. Actually, one of 3 different disciplines of racetracks. Daytona, the season opener, and a super speedway. California, intermediate track, and kind of an intermediate / short track at Dover. So now he's trying to get his first 1.5-mile win of the season. As far as the 1.5-mile races for ourselves this year, we finished 2nd at Atlanta. Charlotte, we finished 2nd. Hans Good and Chris Parker were the 2 winners in those races. This is our 3rd 1.5-mile track. So we finished 2nd in the first 2. We'll see if we can get the win on the 3rd one. 3rd time's the charm, hopefully. So starting at the tail, no practice, no qualifying. Hans Good on the pole. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at Texas. On Monday Night NASCAR. Wade, Matthew, Dorda, Bruno, thanks for tuning in. Not a good start here for Ted Musgrave. I think we spun the tires on the initial start or something there. Field rumbling through turns 3 and 4. So we start this race off. At least we're able to get a feel for the race truck in these early laps. I'll take that. And making our first pass. So we get into traffic. Early going of the run, truck feels actually really good. Good bump draft on the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4, teammate Todd Bodine back in the pack. Right around us. Cleared him. Tried to back turn one up quite a bit. I entered really flat into the corner. Wanted to make sure I wasn't going to make contact with the truck to the outside. Bo Phillips back to the lead. Unbelievable. Phillips leading in the early going of the race. I mean, this is what a head-to-head season we've had so far. It's kind of reminiscent to what William Byron and Denny Hamlin did in real life this year. They each won 3 of the first 9 races. Though they haven't won since, so hopefully that's not going to be the case for us. That was tight getting into the corner. I got out of the gas and let those 2 go. I don't think we were going to make it. Eric Crocker didn't give us a lot of room. Granted, she didn't have a lot of room either. Played it smart. I want to do what I did at Dover and wreck in the early going and have to try to come back with a damaged truck, because clearly we never got to the lead as a result. It was the first race we didn't lead a single lap in all season. Oh, a lot of contact. A lot of contact into turns 1 and 2. He's going to be upset with me now. Wow, we lost a lot of time out of that. Well, that definitely wasn't ideal. James Earl Jones. I'm trying to draw a face to that name. It sounds familiar. James Earl Jones. I don't know why. You'll have to let me know exactly who that is. Talk about the Lions game. That was a really good game last night. Which I assume you are, just because you like to rub the Lions in my face. Tell you what, as somebody who is not a trash talker and pretty humble when it comes to, you know, calling sports down the middle and stuff. Voice of Mufasa. Yeah, I did not know that. RIP to him. Yeah, I did not know that, honestly. I don't know any of the voice actors from the Lion King movie, to be completely honest. I haven't watched it in so long, either. I mean, I was definitely early in my youth. Last time I watched it. Ryan Berwick, thanks for tuning in also. Alright, trying to get through the pack here. Both Phillips out in front. Hans Good led the first lap or two at the start of the race, and then Phillips took the lead from him. Good qualified on the pole. Phillips did not. Probably started up towards the front, though. Panicking about the game last night. It was definitely tight. I know. When the Rams drove down and scored and made it 2017, the Lions are kind of falling apart there a little bit. Well, I don't know that they were falling apart. Goff was falling apart. And the rest of the team honestly played pretty good. Goff was off his game last night, but the rest of the team was able to pick him up. And then when they got to overtime, defense was tired. They were just running it down their throats. They probably got the best running back duo in the NFL. Oh, boy. Eric Darnell popping the wall, and then popping Musgrave right after that off the exit of turn 2 there. Big run to the bottom of the track here for Ted Musgrave, trying to get back in the game. 5.5 seconds off the race leader, Phillips. As he overdrove turns 1 and 2 pretty badly there, way up the racetrack. And up against the wall. We didn't have any room to make that corner. Tingen in the 126 truck hit us as we were up against the wall. Even if I kept control of my truck, he would have crammed me into the wall. I think we were 3 wide. That didn't help. Definitely a struggle in the early going for Ted Musgrave. Montgomery didn't play the whole second half. Didn't he play in overtime, though? I swear he scored the touchdown at the end of the game, did he not? Because I have him on my work fantasy team. I could have swore he scored that last touchdown. I was told he didn't. You might want to fact check that. Because I know I got credited for a touchdown with him on my fantasy team. Unless it was Gibbs. I know Gibbs had a touchdown earlier in the game. So I have them both on my work league. I actually have Amon-Ra. I'm like heavy on the Lions on my fantasy team at work. I mean, it worked out this week. I should win. I still have George Kittle and Deebo Samuel. That team is absolutely stacked, by the way, my fantasy team. The only problem is I'm heavy on, like, 2 teams. They are two of the best teams in the NFL, but it turns 3 and 4. Mark DeMars, thanks for tuning in. I don't know about pressure tires. Nobody. Oh boy, nobody's pit yet. Jamming the brakes into turn 3. It was contact in front of us, the 134 truck, and whoever was in front of him, another fantasy driver. I didn't say they were not. Yeah, no, I agree with you. They were great last year. I mean, purposely drafted them on my fantasy team. Oh, trouble. Caution in front of us, turns 3 and 4, our first yellow of the race. Tough to tell who was involved. 121 truck, it looks like he took Ron Hornaday in the 33 with him. Yeah, 121 got loose. Hornaday was on his outside, clipped his left rear, and they both went up against the wall. So caution is out here on lap 18 in the early going of tonight's race at Texas. Oh, wow. It looks like everybody pit. Surprise there. Everybody hit pit road except for the race leader now, who is Ted Musgrave. Musgrave out in front of the field. That was going to lose the lead on the restart and have a lot of contact there with Hans Good. Got really tight. I thought it was going to be able to hold the throttle down all the way through the corner. On the restart, I guess not. We've got problems. And a rough start to this race for Musgrave. I don't know. I'm undecided on if I'm going to watch Monday Night Raw or if I'm going to watch the football game tonight. The only reason is because, of course, being a Packers fan, Aaron Rodgers playing for the Jets. 1 year after his Achilles tear from last year. I didn't even get to see him play that game last year. It's my mom's birthday that night. And I was at the house, and then I left. And by the time I got to the apartment, it was like middle of the first quarter, and I was like, why is Rodgers not in the game? Then I had to look up. I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, he's hurt. Carted off the field. Oh, no. Yeah, 3 to 6 weeks for Jordan Love. Yeah, that stinks. I don't know how many games they're going to win without him. Honestly, looking at our schedule, there's a couple winnable games on there for sure, but kind of lucky we have a semi-easier schedule earlier in the season. I mean, obviously, Philly's not easy last week, but after that. Or I shouldn't say easy schedule, but winnable games. Like Minnesota, I know they played good last week, but it was against the Giants. It's like one of the worst teams in the league last year. It's the Giants without Saquon, by the way. And then so it wasn't a tough test, even though they played well, and they are still on a backup quarterback. So that's a winnable game. Indy could be winnable. They played Houston tough, but that also was a division game. I mean, division games are always toss-ups anyway. So I'm not saying we're going to beat the Vikings necessarily, but it is a winnable game. I think they got Houston in that stretch. That's going to be pretty tough. I don't know. We'll see. Indy favorite 3.5. Yeah, it's probably because Love's out. Which, honestly, that's not a huge spread. So I'm saying it's a winnable game. I'm not saying we're favored by any means, but it's winnable. I mean, the team's good. We just don't have a quarterback now. So, we'll see. Musgrave trying to hold on for dear life here. For third, we're on slightly older tires. Was staying out of the pits during that caution. It got us all this track position. About 18 lap older tires. I mean, Raw's been good every week. But yeah, I'm undecided on what I'm going to watch. Because I'm not going to flip it back and forth on commercials. Because I don't want to, like, pop in on Raw, miss something earlier, and then, like, trying to put the puzzle pieces together as to what I missed for storyline's sake. Because if I missed the start of the show, then, you know, I'm not... Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to, you know what's happening as it's happening. Honestly, I'll probably end up watching football tonight and then just watching the highlights of Raw tomorrow. I haven't missed an episode of Raw in a minute. I think I've watched every single one since the week before they were in Toledo, and that was like the second to last week of July, I think. So the week before that, like middle of July, was like the last time I missed an episode of Raw. Now I haven't watched it from start to finish every week because, you know, I have to work the following morning. So sometimes I'm up for staying up late, you know, whatever. Sometimes I'm not. Every Monday since. Musgrave not really closing on these top two trucks. Both teammates, Marvin Shett, Bo Phillips. Now one truck blowing an engine on the inside of the racetrack. Fantasy driver. They're going to be done. Yeah, I mean, we're not that far off the lead. They're not pulling us. Well, they will now. That was a big miscue in the corner there in turns 3 and 4 for Ted Musgrave. He'll lose a spot. I mean, I'm having to push so hard, though, just to not only stay in front of these guys, but just to keep the top couple cars, or trucks, I should say, in this case, within distance. I just don't think our mile-and-a-half program in the truck series is where it needs to be right now. I mean, we finished second in the first two, and I know I've got about 18 lap older tires here, but it just feels like the speed's just not there. Like, we don't have race-winning speed. Have to try to find a way around Parker again. Really tight in the dirty air in line behind him. Another hit into the wall, and that might cost Musgrave a spot to Hines Good. And it does. Clipping the apron, not going to help either. And clobbering Bobby Hamilton. Man, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. Oh my gosh. I just need to settle down. I'm pushing way too hard trying to make up what I can on these older tires, and it's just not happening. Bobby Hamilton basically saved my race truck. He took a pounding into that wall, though. Stayed green. He loses several positions. Musgrave in 5th. This field is very spaced out right now, by the way. Even before that contact with Bobby Hamilton. Like, it has been spaced out. I mean, it goes to show how fast those top couple trucks are, though. No wonder I'm having a hard time trying to keep up with them. I mean, they're pulling everybody. Saw Phillips leading all those laps early before the first caution. Marvin Sheth got to the lead on the restart. Those two have kind of stayed nose to tail as they continue to pull away from the rest of the pack. Bobby Hamilton not going to be happy. Well, you know what? While it was my fault, I clearly didn't do it intentionally. I clearly got super loose and then overcorrected into him. I mean, you guys saw it. I saw it. Hopefully he saw it. Don't push the truck early in the race. Yeah, I put myself in this position. I would have pit if I knew they were going to pit. I mean, my tires are getting cooked right now. Both the rear tires are in the yellow in the tire wear indicator. And we're not even halfway out of gas. Like, we're going to have to pit for tires before we're going to have to pit for fuel. At some point. We're going to have to make some adjustments. But it's tough, though, because it's tight when I'm in dirty air. When I have clean air like I do right now, it drives fine. The minute somebody passes me and I'm in dirty air, I can't get the truck to turn. We have a 113-point lead. I got to keep thinking about that. We just got to protect the points lead today. We definitely don't have a race-winning truck. I mean, if I get back in the right tire strategy, maybe we'll be all right, but we'll definitely be better than what we are right now, but I don't know if I could get around the 191 and the 192. They're just quick. And Phillips, by the way, back in the lead again. Do you imagine if he wins 4 of the first 9 races? I mean, that's like video game numbers that I was putting up last season in the Cup Series. That is insane. He's definitely going to be a threat for the championship all season. I mean, this is the season of the fantasy drivers is what it is. Who's leading? Bo Phillips. Way I clipped the apron in the middle of 1 and 2, and I scraped the wall ever so slightly off turn 2 that last time. 5.5 seconds off the lead now. So we got a good short run truck. Then as the tires start to fall off, it gets evil. But I really don't want to tighten it up, though, at the same time. I'm scared if we tighten it up, she's not going to want to turn. I might drop the air pressure to try to help the long run a little bit more, take a little bit longer for the air pressure to build up, but then take some wedge out of it to help in traffic. Because clearly not having the fastest truck in the field, it's going to be, you know, we're pretty much going to have to fight traffic the rest of this race. Someone behind me, yeah, I see it. 108 truck, apparently. That's what my spotter just said. I need a caution again. That's what I need. We got an early yellow. The only good thing out of that I did gain track position. I'm obviously in 5th now instead of the tail end of the field after starting at the back. And I was able to lead laps under caution. I didn't lead a green flag lap because we got mowed around on the restart on the old tires, but I was able to lead under the yellow, which still counts for 5 bonus points. Really don't want this truck behind me to pass me. I don't want to be stuck in dirty air again. Be at risk of mowing the wall down every corner. I mean, he's probably going to get around me at some point. Again, fresher tires for him. Well, that's his chance. Clipping the apron. Did a great job keeping it off of him. He was side by side with me. I was trying to give him room, and I gave him maybe a little too much room. But pass was made. Six and a half seconds off the race lead. Trying to keep the truck pinned to the bottom. It's shoving. If he would just go into offense mode and pull away from me, that would be great. I don't think he's going to do that. That's great battles back to the inside. A little too loose off turn 4. In the clean air, I'm loose. Dirty air, I'm tight. It's insane. You can feel it shoving in 1 and 2, and I'm like right in line on the bottom behind him. Driving it in deep, getting into turns 3 and 4 there. Aggressive line off the exit of the corner. Man, we need a caution. Even if everybody else stays out, which I don't know what their pit strategy is of pitting at lap 18. I thought it was too early in the race for anybody to pit, honestly. If I would have waited a little longer to just skip pit road, obviously I would have been able to see them pitting in front of me, and then I would have acted on top of that by pitting. But then again, if I did that with how spaced out the field is, I probably wouldn't even be in the top 10 right now. So it's kind of like, it's a tough situation. I would have more grip, but I wouldn't have the track position, or I have the track position, but less grip. I mean, I know it's as bad as it is right now, but I'd almost rather have the track position because at least I am in 6th. Back alongside the 108 truck again, just can't get that drive off these older tires to actually make the pass. He's got me in 1 and 2. I'm just too tight on that end of the racetrack when he's right in front of me. I'm trying to get just a little bit lower than him just to help. But right when I get into the center of the corner, it feels like it's when it's at its worst. 3 and 4, he gives up a lot more bottom, and I'm able to get more rotation. Oh, contact there. I would say that was on him. I was trying not to get into the grass, and then we ended up getting in the grass as a result of making contact with him. Yeah, I have the streaming schedule for this week. It's in the community tab. Posted it earlier today, as promised. I think Bobby Hamilton is catching us now. It's a white truck of some kind. We're not even halfway out of gas yet. I mean, these tires are getting cooked. I mean, I'm trying to stretch it out because I think I can make it on one stop. Trying to at least get to halfway first. Get to halfway, and then I can consider short pitting. But these tires are melting, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually drive to halfway. And we have to go another 23, 24 laps yet. I think I can make it that far. I definitely can on fuel. I'm just hoping the tires will last that long. Because at some point, we're going to really cliff, and I feel like I'm going to be losing even more ground. Got snappy again. How much ground we lost off turn 4 in that slide. So much ground. Still sliding. Dinner for me. I'm probably looking at getting Subway as soon as this is done. Head to Subway, give me a foot long for the... There's likely to be the football game tonight. As hungry as I am, I might actually get 2. Whenever I don't finish, I have for lunch tomorrow. Not gonna lie, I'm starving right now. I mean, at least I'm getting turned in the race truck. Having the cleaner air in front of me again. Oh my gosh. I'm even getting loose on the front stretch. What is this? So flat through that D-shaped quad oval. Went up the track. That dirty air is a problem. Major problem here at Texas. I mean, we're dropping like a rock. We really need a caution. I was 6.5 seconds off the lead like 5 laps ago. Now I'm 8.5 seconds back. I'm lucky that the field's as spread apart as it is right now. So even though we're losing positions, we're losing them kind of slowly. Ugh. Now it's just getting mad loose. Trying to fight through it again. We're trying to get to halfway. Up the track again goes Musgrave. Here comes Hornaday from behind. I just smacked the wall. Wow. I tried to open the wheel up a little sooner so it wouldn't get as loose on me, and that didn't work. This truck is evil. Just go around me. Stream is cutting in and out. Oh my gosh. He's going to get me arrow loose. Yeah, he got me arrow loose big time there. Oh, dude, it was an accident, all right? Oh, my gosh. He's about to cause a wreck now. Musgrave quickly outside the top 10. Still got about 14 laps to halfway. As Musgrave continues to struggle. It's not going to be a good points day for us the way this is going. We need a caution. I mean, we're already mid-pack now. I mean, we were fading pretty slowly there. And now the further back in the pack we go, the more bunched together the trucks are. We're starting to lose more positions at a time. We just lost three positions that last lap. I'm having to turn right to go left to every kink of that dog leg on the front stretch, too. Lester got tight. I was hoping he was going to get tight and clean the truck out in front of him. Oh, boy. I mean, we're going to wreck soon. Just pancake the inside wall on the backstretch. That straightened me out quite a bit, but I mean, I got to pit. I have to pit. I'm losing, like, way too much time now. This is getting ridiculous. I'm gonna fall off the lead lap if I try to make it another 11 laps to get to halfway. Musgrave's coming in. All right, top it off on fuel. Gonna drop the air pressure 4 pounds all the way around. Gonna put a half a round of wedge into it. Try to help the long run as best as we can. What number sub do I get? I don't know what number it is. I usually just get like a chicken bacon ranch as my go-to. Well, either that or tuna. Spicy Italian. I kind of flip-flop quite a bit now. But my go-to, if I had to pick one, would be a chicken bacon ranch, but it'd be with Chipotle sauce instead of ranch. I really like the Chipotle sauce, especially at Subway. Well, we're 1 lap down. Should be able to stay out in front of Bo Phillips. Maybe. Oh, no, there he goes. Yeah, we got to get him back. Musgrave's 2 laps down. Got to get this lap back. Still trying to get up to speed. This truck's going to be even tighter in dirty air, though. I would imagine it will be. Got quite a few trucks out of the race already, I think. Phillips and Shet about to get into lap traffic. Musgrave's got fresher tires. You would think he'd be able to drive up here and make a run at trying to get by Phillips. Gained quite a bit of time on him there. Have to hope Musgrave can make it to the end on fuel in this race, pitting before the halfway mark as well. It's going to be tight, but just couldn't take it anymore on those old tires. Definitely getting more turn in the truck, at least early in the run in the dirty air. Just having the fresher tires alone, even with tightening the race truck up. Can't grip up the bottom enough into turn 3. Might get Phillips off the exit of the corner, trying to pick him behind Aaron Crocker if possible. Not enough pull down the straightaway. Yeah, tight in the dirty air. 192 truck going to get underneath this. Aslan Crocker not for position. Again, we have pitted already. Personally, I think I tightened this truck up too much. I mean, it should free up deeper into the run. What's going on here? I swear. It looks to be good now. I did notice when I started OBS up, it seemed like it was a little weird with the internet connection off the start. It looks good, at least at the moment. Yeah, it wasn't the game that froze. I had a big lag spike. Musgrave is digging. Doing everything he can to try to make this pass on Phillips. Got Phillips a little loose that time, off turn 4. Musgrave gets the drive underneath him. Has to stay there into turn 1. It's going to be tough. Drives it in deep, but again, Phillips so strong on the straightaways, even with the older tires he has. It's unbelievable. Just can't get around him. Aggressive dive off turn 4. Trying to use David Reagan as a pick. They were 3 wide there for a second. Now Phillips is up the track, but then Musgrave overdrove the corner and he can't even get by Reagan that time. Lost a ton of ground. Marvin Sheff may get by. I mean, this is insane that we have fresher tires and the leaders are still passing us. Now I got to get by this guy. Oh, man. There's a ton of lap traffic up there. I mean, that could help me. Definitely a struggle here tonight for Ted Musgrave. That is for sure. Everything cycles through. We will get back on the lead lap. At that point, you know, a caution would desperately be needed here for Ted Musgrave. A little contact there. Barely clear off turn 2. Musgrave finally makes the pass, but Phillips was able to pull away just a little bit more. Now Musgrave having to get by some of these lap trucks. David Reagan in the 6s first. Phillips is motoring by lap trucks pretty much with ease right now. I mean, it's kind of good for us in a way. I know he's slipping away from me right now, but we should still cycle back in front of him once everybody hits pit road. And then if we catch a caution, there's going to be quite a few trucks a lap down. So, yeah, I mean, I would imagine that should help. Can't hurt. I mean, a caution comes out, traps more trucks a lap down. He passed all 5 of those trucks before I had a chance to catch any of them. Yeah, Musgrave's got double wide traffic in front of him. So now there's nothing but dirty air. 3 wide into 1 and 2. Aggressive move here by Ted Musgrave. Staying to the bottom of the racetrack, passing both lap trucks. Bodine got a piece of the wall off turn 2. That hurts his momentum. Oh my gosh. I just absolutely killed Eric Darnell. Poor Eric. 191 trucks pitting. Back to 1 lap down. Oh no, that wasn't him. Never mind, that was a lap truck. It looked like him. Bo Phillips still out of the racetrack. Really want Bo Phillips to pit any second now. Got to take care of the race truck for tire purposes right now, too. I really want this truck to pit sometime soon. I can't believe Bo Phillips stayed out as long as he has. I do believe the 192 truck of Marvin Shett is already pit, so there's a chance he might cycle back out in front of his teammate. Honestly, I think we're going to miss out on the points lead. We could be in danger of having the 113-point lead evaporate completely here today. Side by side. That was tight off turn 4 there. #21 currently. Bo Phillips still out on the racetrack. Popcorn watching the stream. There you go. Popcorn in NASCAR. There we go. Now Phillips is pitting. Musgrave gets 1 of his 2 laps back right there. Should get the second one back in turns 1 and 2 on the next lap. And from that point on, we're going to have to hope for a caution to the end of the race. Because I don't think these tires are going to hold up to the end. Even if we can make it on fuel. Teammate Todd Bodine is now into the pits. There's the 191 truck. So we're towards the tail end of the lead lap. Honestly, he gets up to speed. There's 2 trucks behind me. Stayed out. It looks like we only have 19 trucks on the lead lap. There might be a couple more trucks to get by Phillips on the back straight. Man, we are not that far in front of him. Which I didn't think we were going to be, but if I would have pitted a little sooner, I think I probably... Well, no, now we're in 15. Still got trucks cycling off pit road. And Phillips has fresher tires than us now, too. So he was already faster than us this whole race. This is weird. I'm not used to being in this situation right here where we're 15th and we may get lapped on speed today. I did not make up much time on those fresh tires. I actually probably still lost time, to be completely honest. I was stuck in traffic the entire time. Never really had clean air to take advantage of the fresh tires. Just gotta hope and pray that we get a caution. I'm definitely pitting we get a yellow. If everybody else stays out because they're in the fuel window to make it to the end, which they should be, then... I mean, I'm only going to lose 2 positions. Again, there's only 17 trucks on the lead lap because there's only 2 lead lap trucks behind me, and then there's the race leader, Bo Phillips. So there's quite a big gap between 17th, who's the last truck on the lead lap, and Phillips, but Phillips obviously has clean air to work with right now. I don't even have a full straightaway on him. I saw him exit turn 2 as I was like 3/4 of the way down the backstretch. So we're like 3/4 of a straightaway ahead of him. It is not much. At the start-finish line as he's getting off turn 4. Half a front stretch, 3/4 of a back stretch. That's the difference between us and last. Yeah, you know I drive a Mustang. I've mentioned that many times before. I like how you say that like you're like outside my place. Oh boy. That's not going to take care of the tires. It cost us a little time also. Honestly, the later we go with a caution, I'm kind of all right with it. I know it gives us less time to try to drive up to the front of the field on fresh tires, but I also don't even know that that's 100% going to happen either. Now, I definitely mentioned that I drive a Mustang. I know for a fact I have because somebody I work with that found out about my YouTube channel before I even, like, I don't even know if I mentioned anything to anybody at work about it before. 164 truck's really slow. Hopefully he causes a caution. I didn't think we had a truck that was down a cylinder in this race, but I guess we do. Allowed us to catch up to Timothy Peters. But anyway, he found out that I was me, essentially, because I mentioned that I had a Mustang, and he saw me driving a Mustang in the parking lot. He's like, well, he looks awfully a lot like the guy I watch on YouTube, so... Hooked on Google Maps. You mean Google Earth? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I got loose. Flipped the apron, got loose. Contact with the wall and Timothy Peters as the pass was made for 14th. Now Peters hit the wall off turn 2 on his own. Overdrove turn 3, just trying to stay in front of the truck behind us. Somebody blowing an engine. That's Ron Hornaday. That's going to be another spot. Peters making contact with the 9 of Musgrave. These two are... I mean, that's not what you want to do when you got the race leader bearing down on you. We need to work together and get away from him. I don't even know that we're going to like get away from him, but at least Hornaday was for position. He was running inside the top 10. I think he passed us for about 7th or 8th place when he did earlier. We need a caution. We got 15 trucks on the lead lap. We need a caution before we go a lap down. At least try to save this race for what it's worth. Gap Timothy Peters quite a bit through 3 and 4 that time. We're running fast laps. 29.406 is, I mean, that's quick for a truck at 1.5 miles. 29.4, a low 29.4, and we're still getting ran down. I mean, he's probably running 28s easily. Well, he's probably not a half a second quicker than us a lap. But he's definitely, I mean, he's definitely quicker than us. Let's see, 27.9 at the line there. I want to see how much faster he's going to be than us this lap. Assuming I put a clean lap together. So far I have. Starting to run this 153 truck down again. Get back in a rhythm. Problem is I'm running him down. Making the pass is going to be the difficult thing. It's actually 0.2 quicker than Phillips that last lap. That was a great lap by Musgrave. I kind of pulled that out of my ass. .153 is holding me up, though. That's the problem. I'm quicker than him. Just got to get the clean pass. And the longer we battle for position, yeah, that time was about 0.2 slower than the leader again. He's the next truck behind us, too. He just lapped Timothy Peters. And Musgrave had to lift to keep it off the wall that time on the exit of turn 2. So Musgrave's the last truck on the lead lap at 14th. And desperately needs a caution. He's got one truck that he's quicker than. And it looks like the 164 truck's going to be in play very soon as well. Oh my gosh. 153 checked up so much middle of the corner for that 164. Musgrave gets by both trucks into turn 3. And it allows for Phillips to close in even quicker. But now he's caught behind the 164. Oh, it's a 152 truck. I thought it was a 3 the whole time on the number font. NASCAR Penske Cup Series Racing, thanks for tuning in. Predicted Logano to win Atlanta. There you go. I had the wrong Penske car. I had Blaney. I took Blaney to win at Atlanta earlier this season too, but he definitely had a better car even this time around than I think he did the first Atlanta race in the spring. Still got 50 laps to go. I mean, there's a long race left. Our only caution was all the way back on lap 18. Will we get another before this race is out? And can Musgrave hold on to his lead lap? We're in that middle to upper group through 1 and 2, just trying to get some clean air. He got tight on entry, but didn't have to lift any extra in the corner. Good run from that high side off the exit of the corner, trying to beat the 187 to the bottom. Oh, that was terrible contact. Caution is out. Musgrave saves it. A bad block. Almost gone a lap down under the yellow there to Bo Phillips. That was a close one. That was a terrible block by the 187. And we can't take fuel or tires causing the caution there. Got some damage to repair. The only good thing that comes out of this is that the field is bunched together and we're going to be able to look with that slide, and we're going to need another caution so we can try to take 4 fresh tires at some point. So, I mean, we needed a caution, but the problem is I was the caution. I didn't get any major damage from it, so that's good, but what's bad is that these tires are going to be terrible now. Last truck in the lead lap, 14th, which is where Musgrave was running. Green flag back in the air here at Texas as Bo Phillips leads with less than 50 laps to go. And Ted Musgrave's going to need another caution at some point in this race to try to get back into this. And there's actually 15 trucks on the lead lap because I believe Timothy Peters got the free pass. Oh, and he just got into the 9 of Musgrave. Musgrave's up against the wall again. He did not give Ted a lot of room there. I held my line. Bobby Hamilton to the lead on the restart. Look at Bobby Hamilton go. I mentioned it already. Musgrave going to need a caution. We'll swap to Todd Bodine for the first time in the race today. Oh, David Reagan up against the wall. And on the exit of turn 2. Oh, not clear up high. That all started off the exit of turn 2, and it just got worse as we got through the corner. I don't know what that was all about. I mean, well, I know what it was about. It was because of the contact the corner before that. Was the contact the corner before that my fault? No, it was not my fault. I was out of shape because David Reagan hit the wall in front of us. McCaffrey out. Yeah, I saw he was questionable. He's out. I predict the Jets win tonight. You heard it from me. Jets win. Surprised Musgrave still had trucks behind him. I know to win my big money league for fantasy, looks like I'm going to lose this week unless Deebo Samuel and George Kittle go off. And with Christian McCaffrey not in the lineup, that could happen. He's got Jake Moody still tonight, though, too. So, yeah, they're going to have to go off. I think I'm down by 13. It's not impossible. No, 17. It's 85-68. believe that's what the score was. My work league, I definitely should win. That team is better, though, on paper. My defense just killed me this week. Got 1 point or 2 points out of the Chiefs' defense. Guy I'm playing had either 15 or 16 out of Pittsburgh's D against the Falcons, so yeah, that hurt me quite a bit. Seconds off the race lead. Musgrave just kind of hanging out at the back, hoping for a caution so he could take 4 fresh tires. If we stay green to the end of the race, honestly, that bad block by the 187 probably costed me a few positions because my tires are shot now. I can't keep up with anybody after that slide. Second of all, I was trying to make a pass for 13th at the time. And now I'm in 15th, so I did lose a couple extra positions as well. Wow, caution. Debris. I saw it laying there. I thought I ran it over, but I guess I didn't. It was that close to my right front. Caution for debris off the 107 truck, excuse me. And this will be our third yellow of the race, and this is the caution that we have been waiting for ever since we pitted for the second, or well, really the first time, because we didn't pit a second time yet. Everybody else did. So now Musgrave can take 4 fresh tires, and he'll cycle back in front of a few of those lap trucks, and we will be in 15th. So Musgrave finally got the caution he needed. It took less than 40 to go for us to get it. We'll top off on fuel. 4 fresh tires are going to take a half round of wedge out of the race truck. We're going to put 2 pounds of air pressure back in, try to free it up for the short run a little bit. And we'll see how much these fresher tires will help. I think we can get a top 10 now. Finally got our caution. I mean, we had been waiting for that yellow since, like I said, we pitted with, what, lap 73, I think I pitted? Finally got it. Finally able to take fresh tires. And I shouldn't have to worry about it getting snappy loose to the end of the race. Even making this semi-aggressive adjustment with trying to loosen it back up. It's not the adjustment I started the race off with. It's kind of a medium point between what we started off with and what we have now. Green flag back in the air. 15th again on the restart here. Now, the bad news for Ted Musgrave is because we have about an even amount of trucks on the lead lap versus a lap down, we're literally going to have to pass nearly every truck in the field now. Barely getting by the 164 truck. Definitely have to catch him a couple more times before the end of the race if we do stay green. We'll see if we do just that. Oh, 6 truck got underneath of Musgrave. Musgrave trying to block, and he is clear into turn 1 on the lapper. Oh, I thought I saw smoke. Somebody blowing up. Couldn't tell if that was because of contact or not. Oh, we just got tight. Oh my gosh, dude, I swear. Even loosening the truck up, we're just tight and dirty air. This whole race, I can't get it to turn when I'm behind another truck. But I didn't prepare for it that time, like I had been, and that just happened. Now Musgrave's in 16th. Well, I mean, like I said, good news is we finally got the caution. The bad news is, I mean, this truck just, it sucks. There's just no speed. Even with fresh tires, there's just no speed. I think I might have loosened the truck up a little too much. It feels a little too free, but even still. I'm doing the best I can right now. Running clean laps, and I'm just not even able to catch these guys in front of us. Big dip going down into 1 and 2. Leaders are closing up on the 164 truck. Could leave a passing opportunity. Oh, little contact. And now we'll run. 2 free. 2 free. I mean, I got loose getting into the corner. Launched the 107 truck up against the wall. Sorry for that. Now we're trying to get the momentum back, and Aaron Crocker just got by us on the outside. Huge log jam on the back straightaway. Both Phillips, by the way, back to the lead at the front of the field. Flipping the apron. Everybody's going so slow with this 164 truck. You know, I didn't realize I actually gained 2 positions out of that. I don't know how, but I'll take it. It's going to be close on whether or not we're going to still have the points lead. Phillips is probably going to get a max points day. Got to get the truck faster. It's too late now. I mean, we only got 18 laps to go. I think we have what we have. I probably have damaged it a little bit along the way, but I mean, it wasn't quick the whole race. I was able to lead laps under caution. So we got 5 bonus points. Better than nothing. I can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. Got to hold on to what we've got. I don't even know of these trucks in front of us who's on the lead lap and who isn't. I know the 187 is definitely on the lead lap because we were battling him earlier. He was the one that knocked us sideways a little earlier in the race. So we're definitely going to catch that 164 truck one more time. Maybe twice, at least one more. Don't clip the apron. I caught it. I didn't lose a whole lot of time there. It could have been worse. My goodness. This truck has just been evil. I mean, I did probably loosen it up a little too much, but it is just... It has been evil most of this race. It's either too tight in dirty air, or it's just loose on its own. And there's been no happy medium pretty much the whole time. Definitely did not have the setup here today. Gonna lose a spot. Had to lift. Overcorrected the loose moment in the center of 1 and 2. And that 187 truck again was for position. Musgrave trying to get it back. That's the second time he deserved to hit the wall there. That's the second time he just absolutely body slammed us when we got underneath him. That time I didn't spin because it wasn't in the middle of the corner. But he did knock me down into the grass. Bought a Tigers jersey on eBay, $52. Wasn't used. Well, I would hope it's not. I ain't buying somebody else's shirt. That's a pretty good deal. Sounds like it to me, at least. I don't know that we're going to pick up any more positions here. And this guy might be a spot still. I mean, we got by 2 guys on the restart for position. And the 135 is behind us. I just don't know who exactly they were. I definitely know the 187 was one of them. We'll have to find out. Lost the bottom of the racetrack. That is not a position. So the 135 is a lap down. Oh, that was a beautiful crossover. Oh, boy. That's a beautiful crossover. Slide job. Too bad it wasn't first spot. That would have made it a lot cooler. We're still digging. 10 laps to go. You know who else is digging? Bo Phillips. He is... I mean, he has destroyed the field by way of domination here tonight. I think that 164 truck might be holding up some drivers in front of us. Definitely is through 3 and 4. Musgrave's going to send it. Clipping the grass even. None of those, I mean, I was aggressive. I was hoping when I went through the grass I wasn't going to get too sideways. I held on to it, but we didn't get a single position out of that. We did pull away from the 2 drivers behind us, at least, for position, so we shouldn't have to worry about them the rest of the race. Better than $130 on Fanatics? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's better than half price. Good deal, good deal. Well, maybe one of these 2 trucks are for position if Musgrave could somehow drive up here. I said, I don't know if we're going to catch that 164 before the end of the race or not. I don't think we will. I don't even know that Phillips, the race leader, necessarily will. Oh, Phillips looking to win his 4th race of the season. I hope we both win like 10 races. That would be pretty cool. That'd be a heck of a championship fight. I'm also hoping that Musgrave can hang on to the points lead. Our next truck race is on Thursday night, and that race will be at Michigan. So that is the next race on the schedule. I think I see Timothy Peters up here. I know he is definitely for position because he had gotten the free pass during one of these 2 cautions in the final 60 or so laps of this race. So the Ford truck is definitely a spot. And he's getting passed by the two trucks that are pulling us from out in front, so I would assume we can catch Peters here. David Reagan, who's right behind us, is not on the lead lap. He is a lap down. His truck is still tight and dirty air, even with how loose it is, though, so don't want Reagan to get in front of us for that reason. 4 laps to go this time by, and those trucks in front of Peters are now side by side, so they're holding each other up. And we're starting to catch all of them now. 7.8 seconds off the race lead. Trying to get the turn. Center of the corner. It was really tough that time as we closed in on the trucks just up ahead. Dive into 3 and 4. Musgrave gets the truck pinned to the bottom. 1 spot for position, 2 spots for position. A little contact, held on to it though. Oh, had to lift off turn 2 to keep it off the wall. And now trying to block. This is a big moment. Somehow Musgrave holds on. Well, I mean, we got 2 spots out of it. Still try to get Timothy Peters for 11th. It's going to be tough. I can't put together clean corners right now. Good exit. I'm tight when I'm in line right behind him. Oh, that could have been disastrous. Oh, am I going to lose both of them? No, just one. Oh, now I'm about to lose the other one. I don't think I can hang on to it either. Come on. Oh. Ugh. He still beat me. What the hell? Oh my gosh. Wrecking across the line. 14th. Oh, big wreck. Oh, it is the big one after the checker. Oh my gosh. I hit him in the middle of the corner. And then I got up into the gas. I never lifted. And then I ricocheted off the wall into him. I hooked him in the right rear, and he still beat me. I was just stuck on his right side door all the way across the line. So in the end, we didn't gain a single position. I was trying to get by Peters for 11th. I was getting tight in his dirty air. And then the next truck got around me, and I was getting tight in his dirty air. And then that truck got alongside of me. I was surprised I was side by side for a whole lap with him on the outside, to be honest. Probably because I actually had clean air on the nose. And then that happened. And he still beat me. He's probably going to be ticked off at me next race. At Michigan, I'll be ready for it. That was a heck of a way to finish 14th, let me tell you. 3 cautions, 13 lead changes in the race. Bo Phillips dominated. He led 120 of 167 laps tonight. Props to him. 4th win already of the season. Fantasy driver, that's insane. Never would have imagined that. D. Johnson finishes in 2nd. Kay Parker 3rd. Hodggood 4th. Spencer Claiborne 5th. Zach Van Dyke 6th. Bill Lester 7th. Bobby Hamilton 7th. Bill Lester 8th. W. Tucker 9th. Jay Thomas 10th. And we only had 15 trucks on the lead lap. And we finished 14th. We led 2, though we were both under caution. Kind of got lucky with that. Well, lucky in the sense we did have the pit strategy staying out early. Which ultimately, I mean, it kind of worked for us because I probably wouldn't have led laps anyway. So, got us 5 extra points on that strategy. Tom Bodine finished 22nd. They're starting 24th. And B. Fisher, Craig Kinzer, T. Golson, B. Chapman. We saw Ron Hornaday blow an engine. M. Davis blew a motor. T. Jones blew an engine. Marvin Shett blew an engine. That was a teammate of Phillips. He led 37 laps. Had quite a few DNFs tonight. Yeah, 8 DNFs in just a 250-mile race at Texas for this Truck Series event. Turning the track into a parking lot. Yeah, we did. We definitely did. I don't know why they weren't braking when they got past the start-finish line. The race is already over at that point. Black flag for reckless driving. Nah. I didn't mean to turn him. I made the contact in the middle of the corner. The only way I could have avoided that from happening is if I just would have lifted. I still probably would have hit the wall, but if I would have lifted before I hit the wall, then he probably would have cleared me. I don't know if there was anybody behind us or not at the time. There might have been some lap cars back there. I mean, well, there clearly wasn't well after the crash, but I wonder if they might have gotten into me after I hit the wall, too. That's all right. No harm, no foul there. I mean, I didn't actually get a position out of it, so banned indefinitely. I think we're all right. They can't ban me. It's a video game. To be completely fair, I mean, I got sideswiped by a couple different trucks earlier in the race. Not to mention, I spun out the one time. A half spin. Caused a caution. Burnt my tires off. We're all right. We're even. 49 points out of first is Bo Phillips with this max points day. Finished 14th. I mean, it is what it is. It's pretty much about where we were going to finish. 13th, 14th, even if we didn't catch the caution later in the race. So ultimately, we got the caution we wanted. We couldn't really capitalize off it. I mean, we almost gained a couple spots at the end, but that went away quickly. Definitely going to need a better handling truck. I think this is the only time I go to Texas. I don't think we go to... Well, you know what? We might go to Texas at the end of the season. This is the actual truck schedule from this season. We might go to Texas one more time. I know the trucks used to race Fall Texas, but I don't know in 2006 if it was on the schedule or not. If it is, we got to get the thing dialed in because we can't afford to run 12th that late in the season. Especially if the points stay as tight as they are with Phillips and I. So, appreciate it as always. See you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern start time. Phoenix for the Busch Series will be our next race on the channel. Like I said, hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good rest of your Monday. And go Rogers!